Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and welcome to my Easter Sunday chat. Yes, it's Easter Sunday. It's the 4th of April 2021, and welcome along. It's very nice to see you. And of course, this is my weekly catch up, my little chat about things that we've been doing and things that we aim to do. So thank you for joining me today on this special day. And I have a few thank yous as ever, because you're such a lovely audience. You get in touch, you email, you make suggestions, you comment, you like, you subscribe. And of course, many of you support me with your wonderful patronage, which I am eternally grateful, and it does enable me to continue to make these videos. And the great thing is, now that these restrictions, which have hampered us quite severely for the last year, are slowly going away, and we're hoping, we have our fingers crossed, that they are going to stay away. And as we carry on throughout the year, we'll be able to go further afield, stay overnight, do things that we couldn't do before, in the last year, and then go back to the old normal. That's what I'm looking forward to. I don't want this new normal. I don't want to carry on wearing masks, and I don't really want to have to carry passports. I just like everybody to be back to where we were. Anyway, special thank yous today. One, you may not know this, but where I live, I have a little post box outside my house. It's just a little box which actually my dad had outside his bungalow, and it's a bit of a keepsake, a very useful thing. He made it himself and he hung it outside the door, and I have it outside my door so that the postman, when delivering things, if I'm not in, he can put them in this box for me. I'm sure many of you have got something similar. Well, today I have this habit when I come out and go, if I'm going to the shops, I always just have a quick nose in there. You never know what might be dropped in there. Mostly nothing. But on this occasion, there was something in a bag. And this, I'm recording this on the Saturday. I know that some people will get this late in the Saturday night because it comes over, and some people get it in whatever, different time. But it's aimed at Sunday. Anyway, lovely Easter egg. And this has got a note on the top. I was completely overwhelmed by this. To Richard and Julia, happy Easter. Thanks for all you do. Love from Elaine Whitelock. Elaine, thank you so much. This is the only Easter egg I have got. I did try to buy one, actually, a small little Cadbury's cream egg. But the sort of wrapping paper around it was a bit crinkled, and when I went to scan it, it wouldn't scan. There was not another nearby the tills, and I was on these self-service tills. Couldn't scan it. I didn't want to call somebody over because I was itching to get out, so I just put it back with the other chocolates and thought, oh well, it's not meant to be. I'll go without. So this is really nice. Now we do the Vobe show on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and the lovely Julia is going to be in the studio on Monday. So I think, get the right way round, there we are. I think we will open it and sample some of it on Monday, if that's all right, because that's when the lovely Julia will be here. So I will have to resist. I will have to wait a little bit longer. Dear, oh dear, will I manage? Will I open it up and have a little bit inside? No, of course, I will resist that temptation. I also want to thank, and I meant to thank last week, actually, Pamela Green. Pamela Green has sent me a few books over the last 12 months or so. Very generous of her. She often thinks of me as she's having a bit of a clear out. Well, she sent some rather special things, because she said, are you interested in these? And she sent me a picture of these items. And I said, oh, they might look good in the new studio setup. More on that in a minute. And so these are two pictures that she has sent me. These are, I think, original prints of a limited edition, if you see what I mean. So this is Chichester Cathedral from the Avenue de Chartres. I probably pronounced that wrong. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? A nice Sussex scene. Chichester Cathedral in a frame. Nice to hang up and what have you. So that'd be lovely on the wall in the new studio. And this one, where is this? This is Goodwood House. Is it Goodwood? Yes, Goodwood House in West Sussex, again, near Chichester. And how about that? Look at that. In beautiful frames. So, yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much. How very kind of you. I really appreciate that. So, as I say, I meant to mention that last week. So, yeah, people do send in bits and bobs, and you're so kind. That's what I mean. You're just so generous. Anyway, so there we go. Fantastic. Now, I wanted to mention the Sussex Border Walk, because the Sussex Border Walk, now that these restrictions are over, we can get back on track and continue. Now, when I started them, they were very close to home, so I was able to do 2 or 3 of them consecutively in a week. Now, I'm not likely to be able to just keep up that pace because they're quite involved. I've got to do a little bit of research. I've also got to plan where I'm going. And a lot of the research is not so much the history, but it's also exactly where is the border. And it's going to become more complicated as I start heading around the county instead of by the sea, because we know that the sea is obviously the border of the southern part. That's the easy bit. But it's working out where the border wiggles northwards and then comes round eastwards and then back down south again. And then it's working out where I can go, where I can park the van and make the next walking segment, because it's all in little sections, as I'm sure you're aware. So I may manage to get 2 a week, possibly only 1 sometimes. We'll see, because also it's subject to the weather. I want to make each of these episodes as best I can. I want to show off the Sussex border in the best light. And so sometimes that might be really early in the morning, sometimes it may be in the evening, and sometimes it may be just in the day. And it may be that I can film 2 or possibly 3 sections of it in a day, and then I'll be able to edit them up and get them out consecutively. So just bear with me on that. We'll see how it goes, because I'm now going to be travelling further afield, and it'll start taking an hour or so to get to the location, and then an hour back, and then I come back and I hurriedly edit the thing together so it's ready for the next day, because as you know, I tend to put out a video every day, which is quite grueling, as you can imagine. So look out for those, but they'll be on an ad hoc basis, and I'll do them as obviously as often as I can. We mentioned the studio a few moments ago. Thanks to Pamela Green for the pictures. Well, my son has moved out, but he is waiting for his floor in his new place to be laid. They've moved in and they've got this laminate flooring which they want to put down first, and I don't blame them. They've painted the walls, they've got on with their lovely flat, it's very nice, and they just want to get this floor done before they can put their furniture in, which means the room that is now vacant is still full of their furniture. So I can't really get in and make a start on the new studio and the new setup. So it probably will be, I'm imagining, before we get done, the end of April. But that's okay. If we have good weather and we don't have April showers, I will be busy enough. So that's not too bad. One of the things that happened with my son and his fiance, I have to remind myself she is his fiance, is they ripped up the old carpet that was in their flat, and there was a nice bit which had been underneath the bed from the previous occupants in the bedroom. So that was pretty much untouched, really. You know what it's like, carpet under the bed. And they said, Dad, did you want a bit for your van? And I said, hey, that would be really good. So I have now got a piece of carpet in my van, and golly, what a difference it makes just in that little living compartment. I can't put pictures on as I do this, but I will show you a more update. I've also bought some bungees now. Yes, so that means I can bungee up. I've got a picnic table. I've got this funny fake table that locks into place when I want to cook. And I've got the picnic table, didn't I? And a couple of the fold-away chairs. So I can actually bungee them in position in the living space, so I don't always have to go round to the back of the van to get that, to pull them round, which is great. I've also ordered, and I think it's coming in the week, and I will show you all these things. I keep you updated. A a cool box, which is a 12-volt cool box stroke fridge. I think it goes down to 4 degrees centigrade or something like that. So it's not going to have a freezer department or anything like that. The idea is more for day trips, really. So I'll take milk and any other yogurts or any things like that if I'm doing it like a day or an overnight, and I can keep stuff, butter and whatever it is, cold drinks, nice and cool. I think it's probably about this sort of size, something like that. 12 volts, very nice. The great thing about this one, and I'm hoping it's going to work well, is you can have it, if you can imagine a box like this. Hang on, let me move my microphone a bit. If you can imagine a box like this, you can open the lid and get stuff from the top, or you can actually turn it round this way, especially designed so that you can use that as a door like a fridge. And so I'm thinking that I could either sink it underneath the bunk and have it like a fridge, or I can have it in the bunk, bunged down for those trips. And then when I want to use the bunk, if I'm doing an overnighter, I can obviously put it down. By using the storage space in the bunk in my van, it means it doesn't clutter up the main living space. So that's quite great. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And I've also got another little stove, a bigger stove with the gas cylinders, but I'm going to do a special update on the van, so we'll watch out for that. May come this week. So that's all good. This week's Sunday in conversation with, for my patrons, is with the lovely Sean Ford, who contributes to the Vobes show doing his discovery walks, and they're sort of walks in East Sussex where he lives, and he sends them into the Vobes show, and it's they're very lovely. So we've had a nice conversation. It's a podcast for all my supporters, so if you support me and you're on my mailing list, now if you are a patron, you should have got the mailing list subscribe URL, and then you'll get that automatically. Now, if anybody is out there who fancies being one of the people I have a phone call chat with, informal for about 45 minutes, something like that, about anything in the world. It can be life, the universe, or anything. The chat just percolates along. It hasn't got to be a heavy subject. It hasn't got to be any specific subject. It's just a nice, gentle chinwag. And if you're interested, do email me, richard@vobes.com. It's always nice to have someone fresh, and we will get that out and sorted. So if you're somebody who's offered yourself up before and I've haven't got back to you, or we haven't arranged anything, do remind me. I get quite a lot of a lot of emails, and sometimes they get lost, or they get put in the wrong place. So I'm not brilliant on all of that. So we need people to have a good chat with. So anyway, I'm going to leave you with that as my Easter Sunday chat, except to say I hope you have a happy Easter. And if you're not doing anything on Monday night, go to the Vobes show on YouTube. It's live. The lovely Julia will be here. We've got something for the lovely Julia, a special gift for her, and we've got this Easter egg to try. And of course, there's all the interaction with you, the lovely audience, to tell us how your Easter is. We want to see how many people have scoffed themselves silly, are overweight now, and what exercise regime you're going to do to get rid of all that chocolate, assuming you've had some, of course. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much. I hope you have a lovely day, and I will catch up with you very soon. Take care, and thanks for supporting The Bald Explorer. Till next time, bye-bye.